Greg, not the easiest of nights, but you come away with the result that you wanted. Just your thoughts on the way that it played out.
Yeah, we defended well in terms of staying together as a group, protecting our box, protecting our goal. We needed to be a little bit better with the ball in transitions, being a little bit better with the ball with possessions. I just thought maybe in the attack side we were a little disjointed in our movement. It was a little reactionary, one and two guys moving at a time, but we weren't really moving as a group. And so, part of that is their pressure comes fast. You've got to be able to move just as quickly as their pressure is arriving. So, for us, getting a hold of the ball and getting a hold of possession for long stretches it just wasn't there for us tonight. But the guys pulled together and we kept our shape defensively and, again, protected our goal. There weren't a ton of things on goal that we gave up, and then we found our moments either in transition or on set pieces.
Star players win games, and that's Sebastian Giovinco's 7th direct free kick goal in the season. Just how special is it what you're seeing from your player at this time?
Yeah, he's amazing. We talk about it all the time, but the knack to step up in the moment and make a play is what star players do, and he was able to do that again tonight. And it's a weapon you have. The guys know, especially after we got the first goal relatively early, we got the away goal. It was a little bit about locking things down, giving up nothing, and giving the opportunity for guys like Seba, Josie, somebody, Victor, to step up and to make a play to try to get the second one. And that's ultimately what happened.
New York came out with a lot more purpose in the second half. You weathered the storm. That must be something to be happy about too.
Yeah, we figured it was coming. I mean, they were down and they were going to come out and they had to do something in the second half to try to turn it a little bit. So it's not surprising. They're an aggressive team. That's the way they play. We were caught a little bit of times backing up. We're on our heels a little bit, and so it made some of our transitions difficult. But again, we stayed together. We are as good a defending team as we are attacking team, and tonight we utilize it. That is our method of getting the result.
Any word on the injuries to Drew and Victor?
Nothing specific in terms of prognosis or anything. Victor took a hip into the hip roughly, and so he was just a little sore. We'll see where he's at tomorrow. Drew rolled his ankle a little bit. I'm not sure how much. He was walking around. It looked like he was okay. It just wasn't in the right. Didn't feel good enough to go play the second half and give us what we needed.
What did you think of the penalty call?
I haven't seen it back yet.
What did you think of the?
What do you guys think? I haven't seen it.
Soft.
I'll leave it at that.
What do you think of
There was contact.
What do you think of the what happened on the play with Victor? It looked like Felipe might have got him kind of away from the ball, threw a hip into his midsection.
Yeah, it was. I did see a replay of that just again. But Victor took a little touch to sidestep him, and as he took that touch, then Felipe did a little body block on him, a little hip check, and that's what caught Victor in a place you don't really want to get caught too often. And so that was that. I mean, I thought it was a foul for what it's worth, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Nick hasn't played all that much, but coming into that second half for Drew, it seemed like he settled in pretty quickly and was a pretty important player for you guys.
Yeah, Nick's he's been great for us. Unfortunately, his season has just been off and on with injury. So, and the timing of his return was tough because we were just in the final stretch of the year, and so it just was tough for him to break in. But he's a guy who's been in this environment. He was a big part of why we got to the finals last year, and so we knew if we needed him, he would be ready. I like him in the middle. I thought he did a nice, solid job. He wins a lot of things in the air, and his athleticism is a nice addition. When he comes in, so it's Drew is more a cerebral communicator, talking to everybody around him. Nick utilizes his athleticism to make plays, so it's just a different view, but both of them are very good.
How big of an advantage is the two goals?
We like having them, but there's still 90 minutes to play, and we'll find out how big of an advantage they are once we get to the end of the next game. But it's good to go home with some advantage, and now it's important that our group realizes, as they did when we came in, that they're only halfway there, and they still have a lot of work to do to try to close this out.
Josie didn't get on the score sheet, but he was involved in both goal sequences. What did you think of what he gave you?
Yeah, I thought Josie was outstanding. I mean, he played big, he played physical. In days where you're not getting out of in transition all that great, you need somebody who you can target, who you can play off of, who can hold the ball up, who can bring people in. Josie gave us some runs into channels that allowed us some things, so his contribution was huge. It wasn't, again, on the scoreboard, but I think Josie is more than that. That's we've learned that over the years, that Josie is the consummate team guy. He'll do whatever he needs to do on the day, and he doesn't get too caught up on how many goals he scores. And we needed him to be the big guy today, and he was great.
How much does the fact that you have that goal advantage factor into as you evaluate Victor and Drew throughout the week, whether you would, maybe be a little more cautious than you might otherwise be?
None. It is however they are, we will determine, in terms of whether they are available to play or not. It's going to be more on their condition than the result.
You'll
Greg,
be, go ahead.
Greg, as this run gets going, how much pressure is there on you guys to go and win the whole thing? And for those of us who aren't in Toronto witnessing it up close, how does that pressure get made on you guys? Because there is a lot of criticism that you've seen around the league that there isn't enough pressure on the players, but in Toronto it seems to be a different beast.
I think there's a lot of expectation from the group. I think every year that you play in Toronto, I think the guys have felt the expectation. We've learned over the last few years how to manage expectation, how to utilize that in terms of our performances. This year, I think, with the team doing well during the course of the season, we've learned a lot about playing from the front. And now, a lot of people want to put the label of favorites on us. I guess in some ways we have earned that through the regular season, but I think the group understands what it means to play from the front. They're motivated. They want to win. We lost last year in the finals, and I think that pressure is more than anything anybody can put on the outside of us. This group has a lot of pressure that they put on each other to perform in training and perform every day that they step out on the field.